Hello casuals, welcome to the Casual Experience Show, a show for the casuals and professionals where we give you MMA updates and news. And we're here for the preview of the UFC 251 happening at the UFC Apex, headlined by Jared, Cannonier and Gregory. And I'm here once again with my fellow MMA enthusiasts. GOC on the MIC.
That's what's up, man.
What's up now?
I'm great, man. I was asking the fans, how do I look without glasses? Because somebody was stroking me, said that I have an ugly glasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any MMA fighter that wears glasses? Is it possible?
Oh, the nerds, yeah?
Yeah, the fighting nerds, but it's outside, not in the Octagon.
You can't even fight with glasses.
Okay.
If I'm to be a fighter, actually, my vision is not that bad. I can't see you on close range.
But they can fight with contacts on.
Yeah, you can't fight with contacts.
Yeah.
You can't fight with contacts.
Like Charles Oliveira has a bad vision.
Oh, yeah,
I hope
he does glasses, yeah.
He was saying something about when you throw a punch, he sees it, he in his head, he assumes that the punch is at this side because his sight is like 1 or 2 meters.
Astigmatism.
Yes.
You can't make out
so
lines.
he figure in his own head, wherever he throw the punch, he assumes that is the other
that's
side.
an advantage to him.
To him, yes.
That's why Sarah is good.
Yes. And you can see in the way he fights.
Yeah.
But we're here for the preview of Jared Cannonier.
With the Brazilian.
Yeah.
That can't be stopped. That guy's a problem.
Over this week, I was reading about and researching Cannonier, and then I got to find out, and Ferdinand was alluding to it last week, that is the only fighter that has fought in 3 heavyweight, 3 weight classes.
Yeah, exactly.
And has knockout in 3 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Heavyweight, lightweight, light heavyweight, and middleweight.
I can't forget his fight in lightweight with Dominic Reyes. He's triumphed so much in middleweight.
Yeah.
But he's a complete pictorial epitome of weight class.
Yes.
Because you can see Jared who's bloated, so big.
When he was in heavyweight, right? And he was even bowed there.
Exactly. I think Gorilla Makba.
Yes. But what frame fits him? I feel this middleweight.
I love it.
He's like the perfect
depicts a fighter.
Yeah, perfect frame for him, and he carries his power. I was looking through his record and his fights, and got to know that he's beating even our own Sean Strickland. He's beating him. He's fought killers.
Yeah,
he's fought Derek Brunson. Fought Easy.
He's fought a lot of people.
But now it seems that age is not on his side.
Controversial stoppage with Imavov.
Yeah.
With the guys.
I saw that fight. Do you think that fight was? It was already done. I felt it was already done. The issue of stoppages seems to keep thriving within the MMA community.
So there should be a yardstick on why a fight is stopped. I think the interview actually has happened. Herb Dean, to me, is the best. Shout out to others.
Yeah.
Herb Dean, when you're watching the Herb Dean fight, when he refs, this is actually a good stoppage.
He's had his own controversies too now. Dan, this person that not Danuka, Dan Hardy.
Oh, Dan Hardy.
There was a fight that Herb was refereeing, and Dan Hardy had to shout that stop the fight.
Oh yeah, okay.
Stop the fight.
Dana actually came up and said anybody who talks against
that was the fight that got Dan Hardy out of the UFC. Dana White was like, on no ground should anyone outside the referee have any interference.
But that was a rash decision, because as a commentator, I like that guy.
He's good.
Very good.
He's good. He has a podcast with his wife. I watch it a lot. Very, very good podcast. Before we finish, I'm going to remember the name of this podcast.
Somebody.
Yes, and very analytical.
Apparently, that shouldn't make you cut somebody from the UFC, because he reacted out of an emotion.
But as you said, Dana White is a president. He's been the president for a reason, right, and for someone like that, those are decisions that he doesn't want to, but he has to make. Okay. Because if he doesn't do that, he gives every other. He doesn't. Yeah. That won't stop the cameraman from one day shouting at the referee that stop the fight.
Okay.
He has to use someone as an example that
scapegoat.
Anyone outside the referee can be wrong, but at that moment he has the choice and the decision of making whatever he wants to do with the fight. And you see, McGoddard and Israel, they made up this last weekend.
Yeah, they did, and he actually admitted that this time around you stopped it, and that was a really good stop.
You see, when you watch party, everybody was saying, how like sentimental Nigerians.
But how do you see the induction into the Hall of Fame?
The fights, I was saying that they are just trying to usher Izzy out. That's what I feel.
That's what
they are trying to cuddle his head and pat his back. Like my guy is still fighting. He could still have one of the fight of the year or fight of the decade still. Why now?
Why now?
Like why now? Why after his defeat? Fair play to them. Both of them, they actually showed out on that day, but
that was not the prime Izzy as.
Yes, there are still fights that could still, or maybe UFC are not short of fights to be.
Actually, Izzy is still a star that can sell up anywhere. So
exactly,
great guy.
So let's back to our fight.
Robocop. Why is it called Robocop?
Gregory. Have you seen the way he looks?
Oh, very intimidating.
Yes.
I wouldn't even want to fight him. And his boxing is crisp.
Yeah.
He boxes. Okay, so let me liken a Topuria. Let me liken a JDM. It's difficult to find who can box exactly the way he boxes in middleweight. If he gives you his 1-2, you're very sure this is going to affect you. And he comes with a lot of power. And
he seems to be on a 3 fights winning streak.
Oh, yes. There was a guy he fought last. I don't know where the guy fought last. From England, the English boy.
Christian.
Killa, who I thought is like, his hype is crazy. He humbled him.
And he beat a good Brad Tavares also.
Oh, yeah. Beat Tavares real bad.
And on the flip side, Jared is on like a 3 fights losing streak.
Yeah. Did he fight 2? I think 3 or 2. I'm not too sure though.
Jared.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is like a gatekeeping test.
And yes, so what do you think? How do you think the fight is going to play
very
out?
Difficult. Okay, so old dogs still have new tricks. They still have new tricks, especially when Jared is 40 and he tells you that he still has bills to pay, and he's still in form. He feels he's still in form. 2 things are going to happen. If he loses this fight, I could call it a day for Jared Cannonier. Yeah,
I agree with you on that.
And if definitely, I'm in fairness to truth, I'm rooting for Rodrigues. He's a problem. I feel he beats
He's a Brazilian, isn't he?
He's a Brazilian.
Yeah.
I feel he beats everybody in top 5, except maybe DDP and Kamzat.
Do you think the UFC are giving him Jared to step over him, or they are giving Jared to him for redemption and to at least get a winning streak?
Jared is not really like a UFC favorite that much. So I think he's
the gatekeeper.
I think for now he's a gatekeeper. Gatekeeper at top 10, while Izzy's gatekeeper at top 5.
They use him as a testing ground for newbies.
Exactly, for new guys, yeah.
Wow.
So I think he's going to walk over that. Then maybe they give him an if Imavov is out. He won't fight his fellow Brazilian. So Caro Braio is out. Maybe they give him another old dog again. Then for him,
I feel Jared is just over the hill too. He still has that strength. He still has that zeal. He still has that fire burning in him.
Yeah, but
I don't know. He has this kind of Chama-ish spirituality with his stones. He carries some kind of color stone and says that's where he channels his strength from.
Oh,
he wears. Yes, I've seen him hold some glimish kind of gems.
Okay.
Yes, he said he says he channels his strength from there. Okay. He wears something. He just
fetish
has a
kind of related.
No, I won't call it fetish.
Okay.
He just has a strong belief in that, and he's firm on it, and he's helped him all through his career. But right now, me, I'm always about age, and I'm always about form.
Yeah,
and losing streak too is a form.
Yeah,
it's hard to get over when you're on a losing streak.
Yeah, psychological.
And, especially now when you are 40. Jared, in my own opinion, has hit his stride and he's hit his form and he's over the hill. But as you said, old dogs always have new tricks and they always have their day.
Yeah. So I don't know why he doesn't wrestle.
Now, that's why I want to ask. Does Gregory have any form of grappling or
bad guy?
Grappling or wrestling?
Bad guy.
He does.
You don't want to see him on the floor.
Really?
He's good everywhere.
Jiu-jitsu.
Oh, he's good everywhere. No, like, okay, I've not really tested his jiu-jitsu, but in terms of wrestling, like, he's rough on the floor, he's rough on the ground.
Yeah.
He's complete. That guy is a bad guy. That guy's want to shift your equilibrium.
Wow. Anyways, I think I'll be going for Gregory here too.
Yeah.
I'll be going for Gregory Rodrigues. And I'll be going for... It's going to be a 5-round fight.
Sure. That's
because it's the main event.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it will be a TKO by...
Yeah, they'll stop it.
Yeah.
They'll stop it.
And there are a lot of fights.
Middleweight now is buzzing.
Yeah, it's buzzing. Yeah, it seems to be the weight.
It's shifted from welterweight because...
but it's always been lightweight.
Yeah, and that's true. It's always been lightweight, but with Islam as their president or as their captain.
Did you see the recent pound for pound ranking?
I did see. What's up?
Islam is number 1 now.
Islam is always number 1.
Yeah, and our fellow John Jones is number 2. Duplessis now is ranked number 6.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Who's number 3?
Pereira.
Okay.
Pereira. Merab. Tupoye.
Oh, yeah.
Duplessis.
Active.
Yes.
Active champions.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's a problem. He's not having anything to eat now. That's Islam.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to fight him.
Yeah.
That's why lightweight is now dull and stagnant.
Yeah.
So now the glory is on 170 and on 185. The Bella has an injury.
But middleweight now, Duplessis is growing himself to be a dominant champion.
Oh yes,
isn't he?
Yes, he actually is. I feel, everybody will actually boo me on this. I feel he's actually having the numbers to this guy Chimaev.
Yeah,
I feel he's going to win. Chimaev.
Every pundit that I know too has been saying this, that obviously Chimaev is a fast starter.
Yes.
You expect him to dominate the first 2 rounds, but if he doesn't get Duplessis out of there,
Duplessis is difficult to do. You see what he did to Kamaru?
Yes.
And he survived.
Yes.
What he has been ragdolling a lot of people.
Yes.
He can't do it to DDP.
If it was a 5 round, Kamaru was going to take him out.
Win that fight. Yes.
So, well, he has a good coaching team behind him.
That's Duplessis, right?
No, that's Chimaev. I think they might tell him to pace it out this time. Otherwise, he's going to be in trouble. Except he can get Duplessis out within the first 2 rounds. He has a shitty gas tank to me. His gas tank he's not shitty. I feel it's just the pace at which he operates.
Okay.
Anybody operating at that pace, first round and second round, haba. There's no how. Like the tactics behind fighting is just not you just fighting and thinking mentally. There is a certain way you have to pace yourself. You attack, and at some certain times you have to just pace yourself and be defensive. If Chimaev, the first 5 minutes is all round, is all out attack.
Yeah,
all out attack.
Kill you.
See where the guy shoots from.
15 feet.
And you know what wrestling does to your gas tank alone.
Very grueling exercise. Yeah.
So, well,
I want Chimaev. I want Duplessis to go train with Merab. Very important.
To do what?
To go train with Merab.
You know why? What do you think? How do you think that will help him?
Beautiful. Merab has some great takedown defense.
Yeah.
Knows how to wrestle very. I mean, you saw him with Umar, right? Then he's going to teach him the secret on how he lasts for 25 minutes without gassing out.
They're natural. There are people that have natural gas tank. Just the way,
Kobe?
No, these people that the athletes that run marathon.
Oh, Kenyans.
The Kenyans, they have the natural gas tank for
altitude,
long distance.
Responsible.
That's what I feel. Merab, if he wasn't even a good fighter, he'll have his gas tank naturally. I just feel that about him.
Georgians, Russians are like that.
It was just like Kobe in his prime too.
Okay.
He just has his body build is meant for gas tank. Okay. When you see is a kind of muscular fighter, there are muscular fighters that have gas tank, right?
Okay.
But Merab is just
out of it.
Yes, his number 1 fighting tool is not even his.
But don't you see that's the key to winning a Chimaev? If I was fighting Chimaev, that's my key.
Now the thing is, you can't train gas tank. You can't train a fighter to have gas tank.
Okay.
You get?
But you can train his discipline not to gas out.
Right. You can train him to pace himself out.
Okay.
You can train him to just like what Easy does is breathing mechanism.
Yeah.
You see sometimes when he's fighting, he doesn't breathe his true mouth. It's a mechanism. You can do all that, but you can't train gas tank.
Oh, okay.
I feel.
First time, okay.
But on our co-main we have what's your pick?
Calvin Kattar.
No, I mean the main event.
Rodrigues, yeah.
I go along with you too.
Rodrigues, yeah.
I feel Gregory too is going to win. Okay. And then we have Calvin Kattar and Youssef Zalal.
That's
the Youssef Zalal. I might be wrong here, but he seems to be an unknown commodity. And when I check the stats, he has some impressive. He's been winning.
Yeah, he's been winning, but this is his biggest spotlight for now.
Calvin Kattar.
Yes, Calvin Kattar has fought with the likes of Holloway. We saw him, his heart and stuff. So let's see if he's still there.
But Kattar is on a 3-fight losing streak.
So it's just to test who's going to be cut off. And now UFC,
they're not chill. They cut
off this guy.
Rosenstrike.
I was like,
I shocked too now.
How can you not cut off Bam Bam and you cut off Rosenstrike?
Bam Bam is still on
5. Losing streak, yes.
Him is still is a fan favorite.
He's a show guy.
He's a fan, yeah.
He's a show
guy. The UFC, they hardly cut out
a star
fan favorites.
Yeah.
He might not necessarily be a star, but if not controversial, but like certain region of fans are drawn to you.
Yeah.
Any fight card they have in Australia or New Zealand, and they put Bam Bam on it.
It's good.
Regardless of his losing streak, would sell out.
Yeah, would sell out.
Yeah, so it's a business decision. They are a business company, I feel.
We're talking about heavyweight, man. Heavyweight is now stagnant.
Yeah. I was Carlos Condit was on a podcast a couple of days ago, and he was telling us about someone dropped John Jones. There was a fighter that dropped John Jones. He's been all over the news.
Dropped him in sparring?
In sparring with a spinning back kick. He's been all over the news. The guy is one of the Chechen. He's a Chechen too. Okay. He's fought in the UFC, and he was saying it as a matter of fact that he came in first. The guy dropped him. That's Carlos Condit, and then John Jones. John Jones was sparring with the guy, and the guy gave John Jones a back spinning kick and dropped John. Everybody in the studio shouted.
No, actually, you know why it's like a big deal is because John Jones has not really and we don't like admitting that the Dominic Reyes fight was a win over John Jones.
Yeah.
So people are looking for, it's just about winning on a cascade, and like they're looking for your pitfall.
Yeah.
So anything that makes you fall, everybody's like, whoa. Like the day Kamaru Usman was knocked out by Leonardo, it was like a whoa. We've not seen him get rocked. You know, so John Jones with that, I feel that spinning back can drop anybody. We're not talking about you can't defend that.
But not sparring now.
Okay, no inspiring, yeah.
No inspiring.
No inspiring.
And
that's an error.
The fact that it's John Jones, man.
Yeah. Well, it's just what we heard. We've not seen the videos.
Yeah.
How do you see John Jones and Aspinall?
We won't see we hardly see videos in sparring. That was why Kevin Lee was so mad at the sparring video that came out. You saw the sparring. He was sparring with a guy, and he went with a flying knee, and I think he curtailed himself by restricting himself by not eating with the sparring, and the guy gave him a clean right hook.
Oh no.
He was dazed, and the video was leaked. It's one of the unwritten code I feel in the gym. You don't leak out sparring videos, because a lot happen in sparring, and it brings
game secrets.
And it brings division in the gym if you start leaking sparring. So I don't think Carlos Condit just said that to make a buzz, and it was a buzz.
Yeah, it was a buzz. Yes. The thing is that John Jones actually had an issue where someone actually wants to fight him and knock him out, and actually did it.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, that's fine. We're not going to spar again. That's the end.
Yeah.
So...
So Calvin Kattar now, what are we seeing of him? I've known him to always be a good boxer.
He has heart.
He's a good boxer, and he has heart. And he's durable, but
that guy, I don't know how good his ground game is.
The Youssef,
Yeah.
He has this kind of Leon Edwards body aesthetics, and even the way he fights.
The striking first. So
he's on 20. The guy is on 16 wins, 5 losses, and 1 no contest, 1 draw.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Calvin Kattar is on 23 wins, 8 losses. And but at their age discrepancies is so wide. Calvin Kattar is 36, he's 28. I love looking at age. Age for me is a factor in fighting. Like it tells me whether you're in your prime or you're out of it. Then especially with form. Yeah. Fighting form. That's how I choose my own
mileage is now you and stuff.
Exactly.
Kattar is 36. Wow. Is it 36 already?
Yes.
I watched him when he was 31. Wow. Is that time flies?
But he's taking a lot of damage through his career. Especially that Max Holloway fight.
Oh, that was a big one.
A beating.
Man. That was a big one. That was a big beating. This other guy is how old? 20s in 20s?
Yes, he's 28. He's 28.
I'm picking him.
I'm going to be picking Youssef Zalal. He's called Youssef Zalal. We have Edmund Shabazan.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey's prodigy. One-time prodigy.
Actually.
One-time
ultimate fighter.
One time person that the UFC thought he was going to be the star of the middleweight.
I don't know how that works.
He has a good kickboxing stance. The way he bounces in and out of stance, and well,
I don't know the next guy. I don't know the person he's fighting.
He's fighting Dylan Budka. Who is the underdog here?
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
But the Shabaza guy, because of his name, fame, I think his guy's going to win.
You feel Edmund is going to win?
Yeah.
Why? Because of the name and fame?
Just name and fame. I don't know that guy. I don't know his fighting.
Let me see.
Although I'm biased, actually.
Oh, wow.
What's up?
Edman is a massive favorite.
Nobody knows that guy. How many times has he fought in the UFC?
The guy?
Yeah.
I think this might be his second fight in the UFC.
Nah. There's something about the UFC and the Octagon. You see, it brings this fear of the gods. Let me use that word, you know.
Okay, I know the guy.
Okay,
yeah. Okay. This is like this is his third fight in the UFC.
Okay.
He fought in Dana White's Contender Series, and he's lost his two fights in
UFC.
UFC.
So this is third one.
This is third one.
He loses this one, is out.
He's out. As in no time for time.
Oh, UFC are not chilling, man.
Yes.
Well, I think they have a lot of fighters knocking on their door. So
yes, they have a lot of fighters outside, good fighters. Yeah. Even on this card, you remember the Bonfim brothers?
It's like me, but I love that TKO can never tell McKinney. That TKO knee.
Ismail that is on the main card seems to be the better fighter, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, he is the better fighter. Was the guy that knocked out McKinney? Yes, that's Ismail.
That flying knee was from heaven.
Yes.
That was his debut.
Yes, his brother is Gabriel Bonfim.
Yeah, it's Gabriel.
Yes, and Gabriel Bonfim right now, the person that is supposed to fight now, Williams, Chaos Williams. You remember Williams now? That is a short notice fight.
So how do you see that fight? Where is that? Is that on this card?
It's on this card. It's on the prelims.
Oh, so two brothers are fighting on the card?
I think since their debut, they've been fighting on the same cards. Both of them have been fighting on the same card every
What's
time.
that losing streak like?
Gabriel has 2 losses or a loss. Then Ishmael, I think Ishmael doesn't have a loss.
Okay, still undefeated.
And then our own beloved Angela Hill is fighting too. Okay. The pacey woman.
Yeah. But this card is silently
exactly
dope.
Like they are average, moderate, good fighters on it. Like known fighters. Yes. Like off the top of my head, if I start mentioning fighters, you know them. I'm sure you know them. You know Vince Morales, Don Talley, the heavyweight Miles.
Okay,
you know him. He's on the card too. He's fighting. Julia Avila on the women bantamweight too is fighting. Okay. And then
they try to build up prospects.
Yes,
build up a lot of prospects, and you know.
But I don't know if they are trying to build up this Ketlen Souza for Angelina Hill. Angelina Hill, she's always, especially when she's a dog. When she's a dog, she comes out fighting.
I want to watch. I want to see how that fight goes out.
Yeah, she's the last card on the prelims. And cards like this, they tend to perform well. The one we overlook, they tend to perform well. And they did it. UFC did it the right way. And that's how we make our own picks. Okay. So I mean, from now we'll be seeing adjustments in our videos on our picks. On our picks is going to be chosen. It's going to be displayed over the screen. And they did it that the 3 fights. Ismail Bonfim is fighting Nazim Sadiqov.
Okay.
I'm going to be going with Ismail.
Okay.
Even though his opponent has only 1 loss.
But Ismail's name is that thing is
and he's a favorite. Okay. So I'm going with Ismail. I'm going with Edman. I'm Calvin Kattar, and I'm going with Gregory.
I'm going with
about
Youssef. The guy fighting Kattar.
Yeah.
I'm going with him. He's younger.
The guy's fighting Kattar.
Yeah.
Youssef Zalal.
Zalal. Yeah. I'm going with Shabaza. I'm going with Hill.
Gregory.
Gregory. I'm going with Hill, Angela Hill, and I'm going with his name is
Bonfim. Yeah. I think this is like the first time. This is like the first time ever that me and my guest would be having the same prediction.
Oh, we have the same prediction.
Yes, we picked the same.
And you have to be a core UFC fan to know this
understand.
Card. Yeah, this card is not. It's not just a normal card.
In fact, when we watch it and we become 100 over, I believe we are going to be 100 over 100 in our picks. We will have no choice than all these sporting companies, best sporting companies to come and pick us as their sponsors. We're waiting. What are you waiting for?
That's true. The casual experience.
The casual experience. What are we waiting for? We here to pick MMA fights is what we do.
Pro picks, we're accurate, we're right,
and our picks has always been having a good ratio.
Yeah.
And guys, as usual, we always tell you to stay tuned to our channel. We keep giving you daily updates, and we give you previews and reviews of fight happenings. Thank you for your likes and comments, and we appreciate you. Josie, you want to have the last word?
One last word again. If I say any other thing, man, it's still fight. Okay, so
You can promise your fans you won't wear your glasses.
I'll
again.
be, although come on, man, actually having short-sightedness, but I'm going to get a very nice glass. I'm not going to get that ugly one. From now, as I'm living here, going to get cuter ones.
At least your short-sightedness doesn't come to your peak.
Yeah.
You're good in your peak. And guys, thank you for watching as usual. It's a wrap here.
Yeah.